All right, guys, so I have to give a quick little update video here about this whole Michele Tafoya situation that I talked about in regards to her appearance on The View when she went up there and spoke some truth about some things that the woke mainstream liberal media isn't necessarily gonna like. When it comes to the pandemic, when it comes to race, when it comes to Colin Kaepernick. Now, there was a whole lot of speculation around that this appearance on The View may have led to her potentially losing her job, as apparently she's not going to be at NBC as an NFL sideline reporter after this NFL season. Now, NBC has spoke on this and basically said that her absences are supposed to be bye weeks, right? And again, people found this to be strange how this absence just happens to come after this appearance on The View. Now, she worked a few games after the View appearance, but then around Thanksgiving, she was just gone. Okay, now, apparently, the reason for that is that Michele Tafoya, she just doesn't like cold weather, right? She doesn't like cold weather, so she didn't really want to work those games. Now, here's the thing, right? All this stuff was kind of coming from NBC, so, it's really hard to know what is the truth, because, the woke mainstream media is never going to come out and say that, hey, she's off the sidelines because of her appearance on The View, right? They're not going to say that, okay? Because they don't want to admit that there is a actual real cancel culture out there against conservatives, right? So they're not going to say that. But it makes sense to believe that, hey, this coming out all of a sudden and nobody really knowing what's going on after this View appearance, that it could have something to do with it. However, my guy at ESPN actually called me last night. And this guy, ESPN, I consider to be very reliable. He's the person that told me about what happened with Sage Steele, who was upset at ESPN about being forced to get vaccinated. And then she just so happened to catch COVID during that time period, right? Maybe she had it before she got vaccinated. Who knows? But she was upset about that. Sage Steele is not woke, right? So, I came out and told you guys about that. In regards to what was happening with that whole drama, I said it before anybody in the mainstream liberal media said it, because my source told me that was true. And then basically 3 days later, it was revealed that Sage Steele, in fact, did have COVID, right? So this guy's a very, very, very reliable source, in my opinion, based off what he's told me before. Now, he told me last night that this was actually something that was agreed to before the season, that she would be leaving the sidelines as an NFL reporter and maybe even leaving the network. I'm not necessarily sure about leaving the network as a whole, but definitely leaving the sidelines as an NFL reporter. So this was already something that was planned ahead of time, and that has been confirmed to me by a source at ESPN who would know this type of stuff. Okay, so I just wanted to give that update. But it is a shame that when stuff like this happens, that we even have to speculate that because of her political views, that something like this would happen, right? There's way too much cancel culture going on against conservatives. And with these woke corporations, man, like we already know, if you're not on board with the wokeness, right, then, you are subject to be on the chopping block, right? It's just in this situation, it seemed that, Michele Tafoya already kind of had her exit strategy in regards to getting out of this woke corporation. And that makes sense to me, because I did find it strange how when I was first reading about this, NBC apparently didn't have a problem with Michele Tafoya being political on Twitter, except they didn't want their company name in her handle. She had to remove that, apparently. But they didn't mind her, going to political events, supporting conservative candidates, political candidates. They didn't mind her doing that stuff. So I did find it strange, and I mentioned this in the video, how, a appearance on The View would trigger something like this if they really had that big of an issue with it, right? But that's not to say that somebody at the network didn't have an issue with it. I'm pretty sure that they did. But who knows? I mean, maybe her decision not to work there after this season could have something to do with, I don't know, political views. Maybe not, right? Probably not. Okay, but I'm just saying, again, it's a shame that we live in a society where this is something that we even have to speculate about, or even, consider that somebody's political views could be a reason why they are losing their jobs. We just seen it happen way too much. Okay, so I just wanted to give an update on that and make sure that people understand that, in this situation right here, she's not actually getting canceled. Again, apparently, allegedly, that this is something that was planned out before the season even started that she was going to leave, and the bye weeks and stuff like that. All this stuff was planned out before the season. According to NBC, and then one of my sources at ESPN also confirmed that that is the case. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.